So in Russia this morning there was a huge fireball meteor that came into the atmosphere. It sort of streaked across the sky, leaving behind huge trails of smoke and vapour, and followed then by a sonic boom, the shock wave of this thing moving through the atmosphere, crashing into the ground, which smashed windows and caused damage. So the videos that we've seen so far are the meteor actually sort of passing through a sort of more or less horizontally, I suppose it looks like in the video, probably high up in the atmosphere. It's not clear yet actually whether any of it's going to come to ground or not. I haven't seen any reports of any fragments making it to the ground, but that's not impossible. That may well later come to light. So these things, when these chunks of rock that are floating around there in space, they actually come into the atmosphere. They can weigh several tons, maybe even more in some cases, and they come into the atmosphere moving at 18,000 miles an hour, 50,000 miles an hour. And when they crash in, they're moving so fast that they're moving faster than the speed of sound, and that causes this shock wave, this sonic boom, just like a supersonic aircraft. And that's what makes the crashing noise that you hear on some of these videos. It's not the thing hitting the ground, it's just the speed at which it's moving through the atmosphere. Yeah, there is another object. It's fun, it's strange. One of my colleagues said earlier that we wait all this long for an asteroid to come this close and two arrive at once. But yeah, there's one coming tonight. Asteroid 2012 DA14 that we knew about, was discovered about a year ago. It's been tracked ever since, and it's coming unusually close to the Earth. Something, in fact, it's the biggest one that's come this close to the Earth since we've had the capabilities of tracking them. So it's not going to hit the Earth. We do know exactly what its orbit is. It's going to arrive from the south. It's going to come past the Earth about 17,000 miles away at closest approach. Now that may sound like a large distance, but in fact it's much closer than the Moon. It's even closer than some of our own satellites. So if you use a GPS system in your car, those satellites that give you that sat-nav signal will be farther away than this asteroid is. It's going to come inside those, but still 17,000 miles away. It's not actually going to impact into the atmosphere. We're pretty sure now that there's no link between the meteor that was spotted in Russia this morning and the 2012 DA14 asteroid that's coming close tonight. And the reason we're sure about that is because the directions in which they were moving were very different. So the asteroid tonight comes up from the south and towards the north, whereas the meteor this morning seemed to be moving east-west. And so if they were associated in some way, if they were sort of fragments moving in the same orbit, they'd be going in the same direction, and they're not. So it just looks like a cosmic coincidence, actually.